My YouTube channel, and today is July 31st. It's the end of the month, and this is my trading recap video. It's a huge turnaround, so well, statistically it's a huge turnaround. Emotionally, I guess you could say it has been too. It was I just can't help but get over when I first traded that it wasn't necessarily, and it was my fault for being a newbie when it came to knowing my brokerage account and my platform. So that was totally my fault, but the executions weren't 100% me. No. So I got off to a little bit bad start a few months ago. Then that messed with me psychologically. So I just started over trading, forcing trades, trying to make back my losses, which is the wrong thing to do. And I even fell into that a little bit this month. So I had trying to make back my losses and going for the profits is what has been getting me in the most trouble. So if I can give any advice, I know almost every good trader says this, don't try and trade for the profits, trade for the pattern. And don't force trades, and don't feel like you have to make money back if you lose. Just have that patience and that conviction to wait for the right setup. It takes practice, but it's worth it. So if you look at my realized gains today, it says $3.97. So I've been slowly sizing up. I now use 50 to 100 shares, depending. So if it's like a $5 stock like OPK here, I did 50 shares. Because that's still a lot of money versus if I did 100 shares, that's $500, so 250 versus 500. I'm working on sizing up. I'm just working on it, so don't push me. Yeah, so OPK I want to talk about today because I have been so busy that I didn't have time to fit in my last two days of trading the recap videos. So if you don't find my recaps here on YouTube, you can find me on Profitly under Tesla Lamping as well. And I'll leave the link to Profitly so you can sign up, track your trades, post them publicly to be 100% transparent. So that way you hold yourself accountable, and other traders can hold you accountable too. So OPK, I've been waiting a while for it to start panicking, as you can see. Now the panics weren't that great today, to be honest. The ones I was focusing on weren't PEIX. I should have had my attention to, but I was busy with this one. So it finally panicked. I thought it was done right in here, but it was like 7% panic, not 10% like minimum that I prefer, because now it's just a minimum that I like, because the bigger the panic, the bigger the potential bounce. Not guaranteed, but potentially. I apologize. So let me check my trade. So okay, so I was confused at first. I put my entries about 10 cents above the bid price, so that way I can guarantee, or just about guarantee my executions. In case it slowly spikes, I can get far enough under, or sometimes it spikes up really quick and it goes right past my buy order. So I give myself 10-cent leeway, plus it's usually 10 cents or 12 cents from the lower day or the bottom of the panic, so that way I'm risking the lower panic there. So 555, I didn't actually get executed at 555. It was like 547 if I remember right, and it wasn't bouncing. It was this one. It's OPK. Okay, so it was right in here. Yeah. Okay, so I bought it at 547. You can see the green. It doesn't look like a panic worth buying, but it spiked a little bit, then it panicked. It just, I tried it. It didn't seem right, so I put my order in, got it executed at 547. I sold at 550, and I didn't like how it was toppy and couldn't break past 552, so I just got out. And better safe than sorry. When in doubt, get out. It finally panicked a little bit more. I like morning panics. As you can see, it just kind of faded all day. Not my kind of price action, but as it got to finally 10%, so I'm exhausted, sorry. So 529, I got executed below 529, so it got down to 508. It was being weird in here. 19, it started spiking, so I put my buy order for 529, and I got executed below it, maybe like 527 or something like that. Put myself for 533 because it wouldn't go back to 535, so I'm like, I'll just take safe profits and get out. I'm glad that I did get out because here at Panic Down didn't really bounce. So I played it safe today. Plus, I was in Tim Sykes' Market Mastery all-day live webinar. If you haven't signed up, I highly recommend that you keep an ear out, an eye out, whatever. Go to timothysykes.com, follow him on Twitter, so you can join the next Market Mastery program, and hopefully I'll see you in the challenge one day. But yeah, so that one was that trade. The other day, yesterday, I had looked at this stock. I didn't get into it. I should have right in the fourth before it went pretty supernova. And I had FOMO. I didn't buy it in here. Actually, I quit even looking at it. Didn't look at it at all until it got up here. I bought at 1390-ish. It spiked up to 1480, 1490. I was getting greedy, thinking it would be the next KODK and go to maybe 60 like the other one did. So I just held. I knew I should have taken safe profits because that's what I always do. I'm like, okay, this is nearly $1. It's 90 cents from my buy. I should have sold. I just should have. I should have taken that single. I looked at the, 5-year chart, daily 5-year chart, saw resistance right here in the 1420s, 1430 area, which it started topping basically at, because it didn't go back to 1490 or 1480. It was quick to go back down, and so I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's going back down and it's going to spike again, just like it just did 3 or 4 times. Now, my mistake is it wasn't that gradual uptrend that keeps going. No, it's just quick spikes, quick spikes, quick spikes. And I always follow up for those, thinking that it's the gradual uptrend. So, bought dang near the top, didn't sell. I was the typical moron newbie trader, and I was just stupid. But while I was looking at that other chart, it's like, oh shoot, that's resistance. It's failing basically. Went to put in my sell order at least at 1420-ish. I couldn't even type it in, and it panicked from 14.9 or 1420 all the way down to the 9s. And luckily, I knew, or actually no, it was right in here. It panicked down to almost 11. So it was still almost a $4 or $5 panic right in here, and I was smart enough to hold at least a little bit to the bounce to the 1150-ish area. So got in 1390, waited for a little bit of a bounce, sold at 1150, all within a minute. It was a minute that it panicked, and then I sold it on the second. So after 2 minutes, just in a blink of an eye, I'm down 17%. And luckily, I only did 2 shares because it was a high price stock. That was 17% I lost in 1 minute. Couldn't even hesitate, couldn't even cut loss quickly. Luckily, I cut them as quickly as I could, otherwise it would have been down to the 9s. Yes, I could have waited for it to bounce to 12.6, but it could have gone down to the 6s, it could have gone all the way back down to the 3s, and it could have gone negative on the day. So what I did was I saw that second bounce, I bought in at 12, and I sold at 12.60. I made back half the losses. Credit, it was like $2.97 or 47 cents or something like that I lost, and I made back half of it, just about, or I made back $2. So I was only down $2.97 on the day. After I played INO pretty nicely on the morning, it was breaking out, and so I bought in 230, sold at like 250. No, I bought at like 23 and sold at 23.45, I think it is. I made 45 cents. So those are the singles that I like to take, even though I wanted to make more. But it sold, it kept going up a little bit. But I was happy to take my single. Now I only did 1 or 2 shares on that one. I was up 44 cents altogether from profits, and then I lost all of it. I made some back. And today, my gains covered yesterday's losses, and I still had about $1 profit. So it sounds like chump change right now. It is. It's a couple bucks, not even a coffee. But it's the process, it's the mindset that I'm focusing on. So if I can have consistent results now and slowly make a few bucks here and there, I'm growing my account, my trading account, I'm growing my knowledge account, and then soon I can grow my share count. So if I can trade with $10, I can trade with 1,000. Or if I can trade, here, this is what I'm going to say. I can trade with 10 shares, I can trade with 100 shares, then I can trade with 1,000 shares, then 10,000, and so on. And then that'll be my exponential growth. But I have to learn to manage my 10 shares. But now I'm at 100 shares. So if I can manage my 100 shares and make my gains outweigh my losses, who's to say $3.97 won't be $397, $3,970 one day. This is how I think. So, sorry for making this a really long video. I had to get over those trades, and hopefully you haven't fallen asleep yet, because I'm about to. Alright, so this is TraderSync. I'll leave links below for TraderSync and Profitly. Oh, also, I want to say congratulations to my teacher for raising damn near $1 million. We're at like $900,000 that Karma Gala has raised for charity to donate to Yemen. There's one child dying every 10 minutes right now. Super devastating. And I'm so thankful that my family has helped donate. So many traders have been donating their profits this month to charity. My teacher's donating all of his profits to charity, and I'm so thankful that we can make a difference in the world. I just had to throw that out there. I'll leave a link to karmakawa.com down below, so that way even you can donate. When they're not saving children, they're building schools for children, they're saving animals, they're saving the ocean, they're just making the world the place that it should be. So I'll leave a link below so you can help donate to their charity too. So there will be a few important links below. Make sure you check them out. So this is TraderSync. I love this online trading journal. It is absolute best. along with Profitly. I use both equally. Profitly is my public one, so everyone can see every transparent trade I've ever done. Um, TraderSync is my personal online trading journal. Um, they're a lot alike. They're very similar, but they have their own uniqueness to them as well. They're both unique, and they are a must-have, both of them. Don't cheat yourself. It's a must-have. So you can see my cumulative return is getting smaller because I'm decreasing my losses. I went from like a 45 or 43% win rate to now 49% win rate. It's okay, so this is more precise. It's your exact penny versus like TraderSync where it rounds your profit. So that's one little difference. So this is more of exact statistics. Profitly is more for round numbers, general statistics, I guess you would say. Yeah, so I haven't had too many losses this month. MVIS, UAVS, TAOP. So TAOP is a 16% loss. Like I said, it was that $4 drop in 1 minute. And then so these ones were smaller losses. These are manageable. They can be made up. And then I had one big loss. Right, let's see. Yep, right here. Wait, no, I know that was a win, sorry. I don't see where that loss is. Oh, it was July 17th. Sorry, it wasn't just one big loss. It was just the whole day. So July 17th, you can see I definitely overtraded. $33 loss, roughly. It's small percent-wise. Oh, what I did, this is what I want to cover. So what I did was I sized up into something that wasn't my bread and butter pattern. I took too big of a position size in a stock that, both stocks that I shouldn't have been in. They just weren't the right patterns. Terrible setup. Wasn't what I've been studying. It was just stupid. And so, yes, it's small percent wise, which is amazing. Dollar wise, sized up too big, and it wiped out all these little gains. Otherwise, I'd be up a lot more dollar wise. So keep that in perspective. Pay attention to my percent returns versus necessarily my losses, because that's what I'm going off of. You'll see a lot of 1%, small percents, but that's because I'm giving myself a goal of making like 10 cents, 15 cents, something very, very small so I can get used to locking in small profits. So I'll go to the monthly overview. This is my second green month. Like I said, these ones, I only trade for a couple days in March, so that's that one. This is the month where I overtraded. This one, I was getting my psychology back under control. This one, I was after my Stay Trade podcast interview. So I got my gains again. I got my psychology back together, more composure, and you can see that I'm slowly making profits. Now, the dollar profit that I keep talking about is very small, but the percent and the mindset is what makes the difference. Like I said, I could have used a lot bigger shares and I could have been up 140 bucks. But it's the mindset. So that's what I'm working on. And I really want to share that with you guys because that's very important. This is my month. I know it says July here, but my internet's terrible, so I'm lucky that it's loading. You'll also notice that previous months I was putting in all my mistakes and my patterns that I was trading, I've been focusing just on morning panic dip buys, and so um, the red days that I have this month are from trying different trades, like a breakout that wasn't a breakout, um, and chasing FOMO. So I suppose I could update that real quick. Um, so I would click on this, scroll down here, mistakes, FOMO, chased, breakout, supernova. Let's add that. So it was a breakout and it was a supernova. And so there we go. And so that one, FOMO, I don't remember that pattern. This one was a terrible breakout. This one I chased. Oh wait, no, this one was it is a breakout, I suppose. Chased and FOMO. So those are usually what my mistakes are. And I'll go back to the calendar. Right there. So now those show up. So now you guys know how to do that at least. But yeah, so all these are morning panics. And like I said, don't focus necessarily on the dollar profit. It's the percent that I'm talking about. And I'm proud to say I had 2 red days. That's it. And that allowed me to be green on the month. And just focusing on the best setups. And so I'm still learning profitably. So percent gains. Oh, okay. I thought I had it. My bad. So statistics. I can see it on my widget. So that chart. Okay, well then I'll go to slamping.com. Record. So my chart's sideways a little bit, went down for a little bit, and now it's gradually climbing right back up. And so here's the percentages. I'm working on it. Oh, and we can go to Profitly. And overall. Few trades. And we're back to here, so I can never view more. Oh, view profit chart. There we go. So yeah, I'm gradually getting back up here. So what you can see, these are my paper trades. And so that's how I made it all the way up here into the 7,000s. I lost a couple hundred, but I'm making it back. You can find all of this if you just go through all my trades. 73 red date range. So first. Yeah, I'm still learning all that stuff. You get the picture. So these are my statistics. There's a whole bunch of them on here. If you should sign up and see how you're doing. And so I'll leave a link. Sorry this is kind of boring. Sorry it's all over the place. I'm exhausted. Oh, here's another thing. You can also see that I was trading. My biggest loss month is I had more trades at quarter. That's what I love about TraderSync, which Profitly has this kind of too. It's not quite like this. Um, Layout's different, and I just found out about this today. So and I like TraderSync. I love Profitly too, but so they're just different. So make sure you check them both out. But you can see how many trades I had correlates to my biggest loss. I had very few trades and in July, and I have my biggest profit. So, a few things to think about. Again, I'm sorry. This is a very boring video and it's all over the place, but definitely check out the links below. So, uh, have a great night, and I'll get this uploaded. I'm so sorry.